All right, welcome to the new snapshot from Minecraft. I feel validated with this one. You want to know why? Because over in the Deep End series on CaptainSparklez 2, I got a bunch of crap when my house got turned into acacia and I left it that way because I was fine with it. And now, look, villages in savanna biomes are made out of acacia and they're rocking it. It works well. Look at these savanna acacia wood roofs and more roofs and acacia log house frames and stuff like that. Doesn't it look great? It blends in with the acacia trees here in the savanna. I think they're rocking it pretty nicely. And you know what? My deep end house would have been right at home here had it not been on a sandbar in the middle of the ocean. So in this snapshot, I think they're just working their way through each of the different biomes in the village that spawns there. So it started off with plains. Now we got a revision of the savanna villages. Also snow. We'll get to that in just a moment. So different shapes for houses and stuff. We got ones that are up on stilts. They have the acacia doors. You can find bread in them. You can find more of the new blocks that are generating. Still can't click on them. They're not doing anything. Features haven't been added yet. But you can find them lying around in various places. There's a nice little brewing stand in there. Got another brewing stand in there. I know the barrels were up on display up here. The cool thing about savannas is that because you've got like the plateau and the flatland, a lot of the villages end up generating between the two levels. So you'll get this like two-dimensional or three-dimensional aspect. The villages are already two-dimensional. They're going length and width. But now they got heights. So they're more three-dimensional than they were previously. I know dimensions. Yep. So you got the barrels that are up here and then, you know, just different kinds of structures. I thought this was actually really cool that this farm generated perfectly on this little cliff area right here above the rest of the village. Look, it like fit in perfectly. And you got the hay bales over here. I don't know if this was completely coincidental or if the game knew that this would be a good place to put the thing, but I don't know. This is a cool farm location. A little bit hazardous, but it's got like this perfect border on each side. I don't know. I thought that was pretty nice. That's all I'm trying to point out. And then we got more brewing stands in here. What's inside of the yellow house? We got orange beds. The beds seem to go along with the theme. Oh, see, here we go. This is like the smithing table. So that's now generating here. I don't know if we've got anything else in these with the new blocks. Just looks like the smithing table and the cartographer table over there. So this is the new Savannah Village. Now I'll jump over into another world I've got where I found one of the new snowy ones, and we'll check that out. Here's a new snow village, just in time for winter, where the majority of the human population lives in the northern hemisphere. Sorry, Australia and other people in the southern hemisphere. You consider yourselves unique. There just aren't as many of you. So we got a lot of spruce stuff, spruce planks, spruce logs, stripped wood, the new blocks making an appearance again, just waiting for them to have a right click ability. Got a cow pen here. It looks very cold. Sorry guys, hanging out with blocks of snow. We had these cool ice sculptures that generate in the middle of the village. Bells mounted on ice. Just kind of an interesting place to mount your bell, but yeah, whatever. Lanterns as well. This is the first time that lanterns are generating naturally for us in the world, and I think they look pretty cool. We've also got igloos here. So people they're living in igloos. It's pretty cool. Out of the blue ice, which is real nice. And they've mounted glass in their igloos, which I don't know if that's a thing that anyone does anywhere in the world. Glass windows inside of igloos. Seems kind of hazardous when things melt, but I guess we've got permafrost around here. Look at these gardens. They've got a nice lantern on top of them. Keeps them nice and lit when it turns to nighttime. Things will stay illuminated. Crops will grow. We've got a couple snow igloos up here with, see, white beds inside of the snow igloos, and then you've got blue beds inside of the blue ice igloos, lanterns inside. It's a cozy looking place, even if it still seems pretty cold even when you're inside of your house. Very chilly, very freezing. I need to bundle up a little bit. At least I've got long sleeves and long pants. So that's pretty much how the new snowy villages look. But wait, there's more. We've also got a new block. Well, I mean, a new source of food / crop. So these are berries. You can find them in the cold biomes. They spawn naturally. This is actually really exciting because you know how in mods, it makes it often so that when you go up to wheats or any other crop, As long as it's fully grown, you can right click and then it gives you the proceeds, but then keeps it planted and just leaves it back to its original state. Then it can grow again. You don't have to break and replant. Finally, we have that in the vanilla game. It's very exciting. Okay, so here we'll get a little bit extra. This is what the berries look like after you break and you can plant it. That's what the bush looks like in its first state. And then it has 2 states that it can grow into, or 3 actually that it can grow into, so 4 total. This is the middle state right here. Then you can get a stage 1 where it has some berries on it, and then you can get a stage 2, which looks like that, where it has lots of berries. Now, you can harvest it in either stage 1 or stage 2 when it's showing berries, and it gives you the berries, and then it returns it to its second stage. So this is when you first plant it. This is stage 2, and then stage 3, stage 4, you can harvest in stage 3, stage 4, it returns it to stage 2, you get the berries, or you can just harvest it there. It just gives you less than it would have if you were in stage 4. And so what you can do is this. You can just hold down with bone meal, and you can just get an endless supply of food. It works if you're in survival. This isn't just a creative mode thing where it only keeps on harvesting if you're in creative. So here we go. I can just hold on down until I run out of bone meal here, and I'm going to collect just a ton of berries from this. And contrary to what you may expect, you don't poison yourself by eating these. Obviously, don't eat wild berries if you just find them out in the wilderness. It's probably not going to go well for you, but you can eat these, and you'll be fine. It regenerates 1 thing of food. But on the other hand, don't step in them because they do damage. The thing is, it only damages you if you're moving. So if you go like this, it'll damage you once, but then you're good as long as you stand still. But when you move around, then it hurts. So just something to keep in mind. It's easier to stay on the outside. They're like magical crops, if you've ever played with magical crops, the mod. When you walk through them, they hurt, but they also do good things for you. So be aware. It can be painful. But that is, oh God, I just love the fact that you can hold right click and you can just harvest and you can get food on food on food, as long as you've got a good supply of bone meal. Like, things are just cranking here. Thank you. Thank you for this. I'm hoping that maybe we can bring this feature into other crops so that you don't have to break and reharvest. It just makes things faster and more efficient. Anyway, though, that's it for the new snapshot. Hopefully you've enjoyed. And there were a couple changes to the raids. There are now like additional waves that you can get, and changes to just the mobs coming into it, but little tweaks here and there. These are the main new features. Make sure to like if you like. Check out the playlist in the description if you missed any updates you want to catch up on them. Subscribe if you're not already, and stay tuned. More updates to come, obviously, at the very least, as they fill in the abilities for the new blocks. So I'll see you next time.